Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. I'm your host, Mike Barra, in Las Vegas, Nevada, just back from the Spruce Pine Alien Conference and Expo. There it is, Alien Conference and Expo, or Space. Thank you for the t-shirt. Just back from Spruce Pine, North Carolina, joined today, as I always am, by the lovely lady with the lustrous hair who's not paying attention to me, Jennifer Falat-Doring. Jen, how was your weekend?
It was good. Had a good weekend.
Yeah, I had a great weekend. I had a terrific time at Spruce Pine, previously Pine Bush. Thank you to Lance for the Pine Bush show in New York the previous weekend and this past weekend. Thank you to everybody in Spruce Pine, North Carolina. Lexi, Sherry Souter, thank you very much. Mabel, I have a few things to unbox. Mabel sent me a gift bag. She runs a gem shop in Spruce Pine, and she has given me a little crystal skull to take home with me. There's a crystal skull inside of a nice little lace bag. Thank you, Mabel. I appreciate that. You know, people are always doing nice things for me. They're giving me gifts. I got, if you look back there, I got like a little etched Spruce Pine Alien Festival 2024 thing, which is really, really cool from one of the folks there. And I would just like to say thank you to everybody in Spruce Pine. It's a wonderful event. Thousands of people, like 20, 30,000, 40,000 people, families with kids, costume contests. If you checked out the videos, I hope you checked out the videos on my Instagram and on my other social medias. It was absolutely wonderful. And there's one other thing I want to do, Jen, before we get to the good stuff, which is that I have a friend named Misty who does artwork, and she did my Aurora picture, which you can't see because it's blotted out. But she did a watercolor for me of my kitty Aurora, who, as we all know, I had to put down a year ago in July. So since then, she's been working on other artwork for the other pets, and she's been sending them to me. And yesterday I got them. I actually got them all. So I wanted to show everybody. This is Khaleesi as a Russian princess with a bumper car, I guess, in the background. Very, very cute version of Khaleesi. Thank you for that. And then I got one of Miss Fluffy Muffy, also as some kind of Russian princess. Maybe call her Anastasia. I don't know what that is. Russian Carnival Ride. Thank you very much. And then she made another one. This is the cutest one. It's big. This is of Barkley. And Barkley is taking his gator toy to the gates of hell. He's taking him in the boat across the river to send his gator toy to heaven or hell or wherever he's going after he killed his gator toy. So I think that's really funny. Thank you. Look at that look at that Barkley. That is adorable. And Dave Barra hasn't seen these yet. And the last one is Sebastian Seabass with Hecklefish. Hecklefish right there. Hecklefish with his friend Hecklefish playing and chasing Hecklefish. So those were darling. Thank you.
Nice.
For doing those. I'm going to frame all of those. Those are just absolutely wonderful, and I appreciate that. It's really nice to get gifts from people, you know, just because you do a show and stuff like that. I really appreciate that very, very much. And the upcoming events are in August. We are going to be in Kelso Longview, Washington at the Galactic Fest. That is a UFO Expo event put on by Tom Reed. It's Southern Washington. It's more closer to Portland than Seattle. So come on out, everybody, to that one. That'll be great. And then in October, right here in Las Vegas, the Alien event. And I know Jim and Regina are going to be there. And hopefully by then, we're all transitioned into a new world and are having the time of our lives.
I might just be able to go to that August one in Washington.
That would be fun. Yeah, the one in Washington would be great. It would be great.
on my way to the Oregon coast. That would be
I've never
nice.
physically met you, so Dave's met
Mhm.
you. That doesn't count. Dave's my twin. He's not me, so it doesn't count.
Well, I actually knew Dave first, so he gets
Yeah,
to meet me first.
no reason to make that. That's not justifiable. All right. So let's get into the subject of today's show, which of course is everybody is waiting on. Last week we had a lot of Jentel confirms. We had I'm trying to remember what they all were now that I think about it, but there was stuff about I'm just gonna have to
Let's see, 6-4.
yeah.
We had historic bonds are and have been paid out to bondholders from private accounts. Those bonds are returned to the blah, blah,
Right.
blah.
Right.
We were talking about code masters. So at this point in time, the bonds have been collected, and we've got talk about people waiting to hear if somebody got their 1%, or if anybody got their 1%.
Right.
And if
Right.
that's true, if we're there right now, then the bonds have been collected.
So okay, so we had trials, and the Hunter Biden trial was big and front and center last week. We had stocks falling. Stocks did fall, but then they intervened and pushed them back up. Biden rushed to the hospital. He was not rushed to the hospital, Jen, but he appeared to shit himself on stage.
Well, what I
the
got
D-Day
was
Memorial.
I didn't rush somewhere. I assumed
Yeah.
it was to the hospital because I got like a hit on his health in the whole situation. So if he was rushed off stage, I'm calling Jentel confirm on that.
But playing down, I don't think. Oh God, no! I just realized playing down. Holy shit, you got that one right too. Hang on, I'm going to show you right now. I was going to save this for tomorrow night. Playing down. Do you know who William Anders is, Jen? Do you remember on Apollo 8? Apollo 8 was the mission
that's right.
where they didn't have the lunar lander ready yet. So on Apollo 8, they decided, well, we're just going to fly these guys to the moon, and they're going to orbit around the moon a few times, and they're going to come home. And it was on Christmas Eve. And Bill Anders is the one who opened the Holy Bible and read from the book of Genesis on Christmas Eve, 1968. It is one of the most sublime, amazing moments of my life, and anybody who saw it live on television live. And playing down. Well, okay. Yesterday or the day before, I'm not sure what it was this weekend. Bill Anders, who was 90 years old, died in a plane crash. He was out flying like a prop job airplane, an old fighter aircraft, and there is video of it. And he passed away in a plane crash. Yes. In the Seattle area. So there's your thing now.
Not good. That's good.
Well, here's the thing. He wasn't. It looks like he just miscalculated how much space he had, which can happen. So we're gonna, and he died in the crash. So that's the plane down that you saw. One of the most significant historical figures in the American space program.
And I'm going to call.
And remember, you said
I think that's probably in the news this week. That's the most significant plane.
And Jen,
down
you also said I don't think it's a jet. I was like, I'm flying on a plane on Thursday and again on Sunday. I don't. What's this plane now? You said no. I don't think it's a jetliner. I'm seeing kind of a prop job. You said that on the show.
And that's kind of what I saw as a smaller plane going down.
Yeah,
from
and
the side.
That was Bill Anders. So that's an absolute confirm. And then call to arms by the public. And we're going to talk about this tomorrow night on the Toxically Masculine Tuesday show with me and Blake and Brooks. Guess what? Last week, what started to form is there is a hashtag Red Dawn movement. There's another hashtag associated with it. I forget what it is. But militia groups are starting to form and say, we are going to form up. We're going to be legally deputized. And we're going to start arresting the deep state. We're going to start arresting these bad guys in our individual states. So I would say you were 4 for 4 or 5 for 5 on what you saw in the news for last week. How does that feel? Should feel great.
Pretty good. Also with that call to arms, we had protesting of Palestinians in front of the White House with
right?
the severed head, and we're going to see more of that. So let's stay tuned for the Jentel today for that.
Okay.
Um,
But geez, the stock's falling is the only one that is maybe a little wobbly, but that's only because they pumped. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 5 for 5 on what we're going to see in the news this week. So you're getting more accurate. Unlike people who do stupid shit like throw tarot cards, you nailed it, Jen. So
Thank
congratulations.
you.
So
I try to be a good disciple of Jesus.
yeah.
That's what I am. So, you, there's quite a few
Well,
Jentel confirmed. So
well,
you
no, wait a
just
minute.
going to want to.
We're not. Are we going to go to new Gentel because we're not ready for new Gentel yet?
No, I was just going to
Okay.
say
Okay, go
that
ahead.
if you'd like to go back and see what all the Gentel confirms about the RV process and everything else, and you can go to Jennifer Doring on Telegram. All of
Mhm.
the Gentel is posted there, and you can it's a clean feed. I don't post any other links or reports or anything. It's just my shows and my Gentel, whatever shows I'm on. And but if you go back and start reading, you'll see that leading up to the bond situation, there's a lot of confirms there.
Yep, there are, and it's getting to be more and more. And there's a fuzzy hair here that just I keep seeing it, but I can't get to it. So it's jenniferfalaw.com. YouTube is Jennifer Falaw Doreen. Philosophy on Telegram and Jennifer Falaw Doreen dash Doreen. You're a hyphen on Telegram, and Philosophy Chat also on Telegram to pick up all that stuff. Okay,
Now,
so
wait, we did have one comment that said that Rumble is not working. You want to go over there and see if people can comment that is working?
fuck, we always get that. No, it's working. I'm looking at it right now. 701 people there.
Okay.
So we're good. We're good. Try a different. Yeah, Scotch tape should be able to grab that hair for you. Yeah, I'll worry about it later. I got to stop obsessing about it. So get on over there and where are my captions? Turn them off, Mike. Okay, so I do have some Baratel this morning, and it is not what I had hoped it was going to be, but I want to review a couple things. Mark Z came on this morning, and there were people, Mike Mick, you were among them, saying that Mark said you're going to be seeing a lot more of me over the next 3 months. And people were trying to twist that into being, well, the RV is not going to happen for 3 months. That's not what Mark was saying. What Mark is saying is he's going to be making a lot of public appearances in the next 3 months. I know he plans to come to Las Vegas in the next couple of months to do a meet and greet here, among other things. So that stuff is all planned. So that's what Mark meant. So don't take it that way. Mark did say he does have, but is still waiting on people who have historic bonds that they have been paid out on their historic bonds. Well, I have a guy that I'm watching, which I've called the bondholder. Now I gave him the wrong nickname, but I wanted to stay consistent so everybody would know which person I'm talking about. He's not a bondholder. What he did is he brought in the historic bonds and delivered them to the Treasury in return for a commission on what he brought in. He has been waiting for that commission now for a few weeks, and he was told that he would be paid by now. I don't know that he has been paid. It does not sound like, from the latest communications, that he has been paid. However, he is meeting today with someone who he promised was a currency holder, not a bond holder. He is meeting today with someone to, and they won't say, he won't say on the phone what the meeting is about, but he's going to meet with this guy, and he has promised this guy funds. He's promised him after he gets his commission, you're my buddy. I'm going to write you a check for $100,000, that kind of thing. So they are meeting today. I know that. I also got a new source from the private banking side, who I've now been funneled information. And this is a private banker, very high level. Actually, it's more than one private banker. And they have been told flat out, and this is interesting on timelines, Jen, as you're going to get into your timeline here in a minute. The new rate for Iraq will be in the Gazette on Wednesday. and then everything is in motion from that point. So that's 48 hours away. Jen, didn't you say right before this 48 hours? Isn't that what you said?
Well, he was talking about something else, but that makes sense.
So they are this private banking source who is not the bondholder and not the broker, but another private banking source is now telling his people it's in the Gazette on Wednesday and the whole thing is done. So that's what I've got for my side of stuff. And Jen, I guess now we want to see how that coincides with the Jentel side of
Okay.
So let's go.
Okay, well, the Jentel is not going to be a whole lot different than what's circulating right now. So I basically went in and asked questions about where we are. I did watch Mark C half of it this morning, so I'm not completely ignorant about everything right now. But so I went and asked the questions about what is circulating. So this is Interdimensional Meditation with Jennifer Fuller-Doring for June 10th, 2024. With Archangel Gabriel, Michael Haniel, and I believe Raphael was there. I really just spoke to Gabriel. RV News. I asked, have bondholders been paid the 1%? Not yet complete, waiting for 1% to become available or fund. Time is the only delay, and that would be for transaction speed. So for some reason, behind the scenes might have the same delays as big money movement in the old system. I don't know why. But he said they should receive confirmation of receipt, or we will receive confirmation of receipt of that 1% in 48 hours, within 48 hours.
Oh, gee, interesting timing.
Estimated timeline for notifications for Tier 4B as is sometime within a week, best timing 1 to 3 days. And if they were to post it in the Gazette on Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that would be within 1 to 3 days.
Yeah, we kind of know then, wouldn't we? We kind of know.
They were not giving me a lot of information today, and that's probably for a reason. He did say some notifications had been sent out in other countries already, that had started.
Okay.
Just for in the news this week, the only thing that he wants us to be aware of is that protests and violent behavior will increase this week. Keep an eye on news for that. My concern is like what we saw in Washington. People coming out with a certain agenda, but recruiting others, and that turns into something violent. So keep an eye out as you're traveling, as you're going about your summer vacation or whatever. Stay away from big groups waving flags. Let's do that. Okay. Maybe go around those people, reroute. I just think the minions have come out of the woodwork, like I've been telling you forever. Mm-hmm. That is what really leads up to the EBS. And they're starting to flip out. I think maybe they've been called to work. And that is the Jentel for today.
So first thing that comes to my mind is when you said other countries may have already started. That's what Wolvie is hearing. Wolverine is saying Brazil, which would sensibly be one of the first countries to start because they're already in a gold-backed system.
What he actually said, I put in other countries, but what he actually said was overseas, has already started.
Okay. Well, you don't consider South America to be overseas, or is that Europe?
No, that's connected to us. I would say anything you have to travel over the sea to get to,
yeah,
would be considered overseas from here. So Maybe I should have just written it down the way it was said, because that may be something we're not aware of yet.
The other thing is, yeah, that timing fits with what the banking sources are getting, which is it's going to be in the Gazette on Wednesday, which I think actually is more our Tuesday.
So I'm getting confirmation that we're waiting on 1% for bondholders, which means bonds have been collected. That's Jentel confirmed. The bonds have been collected,
right,
and the RV is funded. They're just waiting to get paid. I don't think that's the holdup for the notifications.
the 1% or the
Yeah.
1% is the commission payout to the guys that brought all the bonds in. I think that's what we're talking about, right? That's like
Not quite sure. I think it's for people waiting for some of their money, just like we would get 1%.
Right. From the bonds, though. This is on the bond side of things.
Yes.
You think that's what you're saying. Okay. That's consistent with everything else we're hearing. So that's kind of
I
exciting.
don't think we have to wait for everybody to get their 1% and be paid to start with notifications. But I think there is some kind of benchmark where they feel comfortable that, okay, that's happening. We're done monitoring that. Let's move on to this so that we can focus all our attention on, the currencies and Tier 4B.
Yeah. Fascinating. So, I mean, and I'm sorry, can we go back over what's going to be in the news this week? You're going to see an increase in violent demonstrations, is what you said, right?
Yeah. However that looks, wherever that starts, I would just stay back and stay away from, and do not say, yeah, I want to jump on this bandwagon with you, because we've got the paid minions coming out of the woodwork now, called to action, and they're going to try and stir up the pot and get people involved. And what they're trying to do, and I didn't write this in the Jentel, but this is my suspicion, okay? What they're trying to do is a last-ditch effort either to start a world war or a civil war, because there's something written somewhere, and I don't know this for sure. There's something written somewhere about the recognized commander-in-chief getting full power back from an interregnum should a war break out. And if that is the case, not good.
No.
That could throw a wrench in everything. So that's what they're trying to do. Last effort to stop this thing. So I believe all the World War talk right now is really just theater to keep the other side satisfied that their efforts are working. But I would not participate. Defend yourself, defend your family. But I wouldn't be going out in big numbers waving your flags, because you're gonna mix up with a whole bunch of traitors who are gonna get you in trouble.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard. It's going to be hard to back off that.
Batman says the commission is paid. The owners and the intermediaries are at the same. It's paid to the owners and the workers at the same time.
The commission is paid to the owners and the intermediaries at the same
time.
So
we want to get to a place where they feel confident enough that there's no wrench in the spokes on that. It's gotten to the accounts for the majority of them, so that it's not a big problem that distracts from the work that they need to do when the RV starts, because that's going to be a huge undertaking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're just right on the brink, as we have
any minute, any day. Keep watching your emails.
You going to tell everybody what you told them on Telegram yesterday? Just everybody on the show. You woke up. You're going to tell. If you don't tell them, I'll tell them.
Okay,
Tell her.
now this was
Tell 'em.
just me. Sometimes this happens to me. It's kind of like when everybody was talking about Phil and he came on the scene, and maybe I'm too busy with my life and I wasn't listening, but I'll wake up with something in my head the minute I open my eyes. And I don't know if it's tail end of a dream, first thought of the day, but I remember back then everybody's wondering, oh, who is he and who's his contact? And I wake up, sit straight up in bed and say, Ezra Cohen Watnick.
Right.
Out loud. I'm like, who the hell is that? I kind of knew who that was. And then I was like, wait a minute. That's pretty specific. Anyway, so Sunday I woke up. And the minute I opened my eyes, the first thing I do, I'm so delirious when I wake up. I'm just like, don't talk to me. I just opened my eyes and I looked out the window and I'm like, okay, it's Sunday. But then I said to myself, Monday's going to be the best day of my life. And I'm thinking, and then I sat there and I thought, out of all the days when I look back, I started looking back and I'm like, what do I categorize as the best day of my life so far? And I thought, well, of course, when my first baby was born and I became a mom.
Mm-hmm.
But there are many days that could be put into that category. But like, what would really have to happen now to stand out as the best day of my life?
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, well, the RV notifications for the RV and the confirmation that everything is everything we thought it would. That would be cool. I would definitely remember that day, and so would you. And so, we're some of us, we're at the 10 something. Can't see it. Too blind. But
day's not over, is it? Still time
and
for
I
it
don't
to
know
be
if that was
day?
just it was just odd. It was the first positive thought, and it was like, and I wasn't even thinking about the RV. I was just waking up and I just said that to myself, just like the Ezra Cohen Watkins thing. So I'm hoping today we hear something. I mean, and then yesterday I was talking to Mike, and
as opposed to Mike, she was talking to me.
Yes. I was talking to you. And I'm like, well, I guess so far, if we got notifications on Monday, I was thinking, well, what would have to happen for it to be the best day of my life? We'd have to get notifications tonight, and then we'd have to go in there tomorrow. And I'm like, I could just see myself rushing down there if I call in at like 3 p.m. and they're like, can you be there at 7? Yes, I can. Yes, I can be there at 7.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, yes, I can.
I don't know. That was just something. And, sometimes I put stuff out on Telegram that I don't know if it's anything or not. But when things happen like that, I tend to highlight it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So let's pay attention and let's see where it goes today. Okay. Hopefully I won't be doing a show tomorrow. I'll be too busy. Lighting cigars with $100 bills. So, all right.
I'll be passing $100 bills out at Walmart.
Yeah, the greatest day of my life. The greatest day of my life.
Oh, you dropped this.
Oh, did you drop this?
Drop that.
Greatest day of my life's easy. February 2nd, 2014. What was that? That was the date of Super Bowl 48, where the Seahawks crushed the Denver Broncos 43-8. Best day of my life. That is that so far. Anyway, that is the Jentel for today. All right, let's just go. Well, let's do a couple things first. I wanted to talk about Laura saying hopefully Bill didn't feel anything and it was quick. I'm sure he had some notion near the end that he was not going to get out of that dive. That's what he wanted to do. I mean, Linda,
I think he was dead when it started to dive.
Yeah, Linda Smith. Oh, you mean he might have had a heart attack or something during the dive, because the G-forces could do that. He said he'd keep flying as long as he could crawl into the cockpit. I know a lot of people who are sharp as whips and active at 90. How about Bill Shatner? Yeah. And also at 100. So let's not mourn Bill Anders. He had an amazing life, and he went out the way he wanted to go out. And rest in peace, Bill Anders. But that's the plane crash you saw, Jen. I'm positive of it. Even though it's not a big news story, That's definitely it. Okay, we have over 1,100 people in the live stream today, pushing new records all the time. Thank you guys for being here. Yeah, bark alert. Thank you guys for being here. Please keep in mind that these videos do get removed off of Mike Barra 3 and Mike Barra 333 channels almost as soon as the live stream is completed to avoid the YouTube censorship, which is getting, of course, out of hand. But they are still posted. They are still consistently posted over on Rumble, over on the Rumble channel, which is the brand new Rumble channel. Do not forget, we actually have a new channel now. We used to stream to, well, it turned out, Jen, that we thought we were streaming to a channel, but we were only streaming to an account. So now we've created a new channel, Real News Live with Mike and Jen. You can see it up there on your screen. I hope you can see it on your screen. There it is. Real News Live with Mike and Jen is the name of the channel. If you are a Rumble follower, please slide over off of the Mike Barra just a Real News Live account, which was my old channel, to our new joint channel, Real News Live with Mike and Jen. Become a follower there, and also during the live streams, if you want, you can slide on down at the bottom of the screen, and there is a little button at the bottom that says subscribe, and that's the best way to support the show. You can just hit subscribe, put in a credit card, give us $5 a month, or you can do a Rumble rant and give us as much as you want. We appreciate all of it, and until the RV happens, we can use it. We can always use a little bit of extra cash to pass around and keep the show going. So don't forget, Real News Live with Mike and Jen on Rumble. We got about 4,000 subscribers on the Rumble account. Now we've got about 1.5 thousand on Real News Live with Mike and Jen. So we got to get that up to that level. Everybody slide over to the channel, because once it's a channel now, Rumble will actually start to support us. And one of the advantages of subscribing is you get a little red castle next to your name, and you get to ask your questions first of Jen when we go to questions and answers, which I know is everybody's favorite part of the show. Also, please don't forget, drop by mikebarra.blogspot.com, where you can keep up with everything I'm doing. All these shows we're doing here, Calvine UFO photo, Fact or Fiction. You can get videos. You can look at articles I've written back when blogging used to be a thing, and I used to actually write my interviews with Marina Sarin and other UFO people in the UFO community. Cool stuff. Jen's shows I'm putting up there now, mikebarra.blogspot.com, or just type in Mike Barra on Google and it'll be the first thing that pops up. Also, please do not forget to visit our absolutely wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus, at the cbdgurus.com. Matt and Lucas creating all kinds of CBD THC based products for your health. Slide over to the wholesale tab, slide down to Mike B Wholesale, type in the discount code. What is it, Jennifer? What is the discount code? ALIEN. Alien. And hit the enter button, and you pop in and get this week's specials. Let's see what they are. Any order over $80, not including shipping, receives an extra 2,000 milligram lotion. Okay, Guru's Choice. Any order over 150 includes lion's mane, some extra CBD, CBG lotion, and over 20 items below come with free currency. You're getting Boulevard this week. You got the mushroom coffee, you got the lion's mane, full spectrum gummies, the pain cream, the Coriolis Versacolor turkey tail, which is another way to take this cool mushroom product I'm going to talk about in a second. You got the pet treats, you got the CBD pet oil, all kinds of really cool, awesome stuff for your health. The cbdgurus.com, the Mike B Wholesale tab, discount code ALIEN. Also, please do not forget to visit MikeBarraPets.com, where you can pick up all kinds of cool mushroom-based products, mushroom-based supplements for your dogs, for your cats, for your horses, and for your people. They've got great products, a lot of research. There's videos here on how they came up with these formulas, what they do. We've got natural whole foods. I'm giving my cats the kibble that they make, which is way better than anything you can get in the store. If you hit the shop now button, click right there, you can go to all of the available products. There's gummies, there's mush puppies. I give Barkley the mush puppies and the mojos, and he's running out of his shoes with energy. He's 11 years old. He's like a 2-year-old puppy. Again, the super sauce is great for dogs and for cats. Mush ponies for the horses, and products also, but mushroom-based health products for human beings. The Coriolis versicolor, Enforce immune system booster, the Reishi Mushroom Plus, the Clarity, Enforce Restore is great if you have issues like I do with a little bit of diabetes and liver issues. I just got Tom Reed, Jen. I just got Tom Reed on Enforce Restore. I'm going to get him addicted. We'll get his health going again. So all kinds of stuff. There's starter packs. There's mix packs, essential smart ship packs. They got great deals. Diana over there from Boulder City, just up the road here at Hoover Dam, is a certified pet nutritionist. So if it's about pets or even about people, she knows whereof she speaks. And I'm going to repeat this again. I'm not really supposed to say this. This is not medical advice. I'm simply going to tell you Diana had a very, very serious medical condition, that starts with a C. She started taking these mushroom supplements. 6 months later, she didn't have it anymore. So that's the reality of it. She will advocate for these products to the moon. All right, Jen, why don't you tell us what's going on over at jenniferfalah.com?
Okay. Well, the sale on my interdimensional meditation and psychic development classes will be ending tonight. Get in there and get it now if you want. Also, the healing sale will be ending tonight. All the healings are on sale, $59, weight loss. I can give you gift cards for anything. So if you just want to, want to pick them up this price for the rest of the year or whatever, do it and just say, hey, I bought 4 of these. I need gift cards. Okay. I'll just send you picture gift cards. You keep them, send them back to me when you want to use them. If you would like to purchase the classes for somebody else, I can make you up a gift card. They send it to me. You're done. They deal with me to get the classes and the email and the healings and anything else. The new sale, what I'm doing for this weekend, because, you know how we fixed the daughter's car situation, got them into new cars.
Yeah.
Then the son came to visit again and needs new tires. And I'm pretty sure he probably needs brakes. And now the truck needs brakes.
Great.
And I'm just like, you know what? I don't think anybody, like when this RV happens, nobody's going to have a car over 2 years old anymore. Okay? I'm just going to replace them all yearly or every 2 years. Anyway, I guess it wouldn't matter. Everybody would be able to buy their own tires and brakes then. Anyway, so what I'm doing is a Father's Day 15-minute Saturday reading. Now, you can't purchase these for a gift. It is a picture card that you email me after. I give you the gift card. You send it via text, email, on social media chat, anywhere that this person can copy and save a photo, and you're done. It
has a number on it, right? So I'm sorry, it has a number on it, and then you know which one it was.
Every gift card I put a number on, so I know, okay, this is legitimate. But if you would like your dad, your special dad or husband, to have a reading with me on Saturday, I'm doing 15-minute readings on Saturday for this. You do not have to be a dad to get this, okay? And I can schedule them after Saturday. I just thought it would be cool to work a Saturday so that everybody has tires and brakes. So that's where we're at, people. So anyway, that's the sale today. It's a good deal. It's $49, 15-minute reading. Good way to introduce somebody to readings with me. 15 minutes. I do answer questions really fast. So 15 minutes is still a good reading. So get in there and get those now. I'll be running this sale all week, but I'll probably, after a while, probably after Wednesday or Thursday, Saturday will be full. So we'll do it after that. But you can still get the gift cards for Father's Day if you haven't gotten them anything. Quickest way to send a gift. You can also do that if you want to send out healings or the classes as a Father's Day gift or a gift to anybody. I can always give you gift cards. Quickest way to do it. Once you send the gift card, it's up to them to email me. All the instructions are on the card.
Yeah. I know somebody I want to get a weight loss healing for now that I think about it.
And it better not be me. All right.
No. It's not. No, it's somebody who actually needs it.
I normally don't do gift card weight loss healing because that's rude. Okay. Even if
Jennifer,
you have the best intentions and they want to lose weight, if somebody would send me a weight loss,
I'll give you 3 hints who I'm
card,
gonna
I'd be like, you know what?
I'll give you
You're
3
on my
guesses.
shit list. You're on my list.
Jennifer,
Okay.
I'll give you 3 guesses who I'm gonna send it to. And that is what is going on over at jenniferfalot.com today. Just wanted to try to mend the bridges, the bridge that's developed between us. We don't need to mend the fences and so here's a weight loss healing.
No. No, that's a big boo-boo. We don't do that.
No, it's not a boo-boo if you really don't like the person. It's not a boo-boo if you don't like the person. All right, that's what's going on over at jenniferfalot.com today. Okay, we're going to slide over to Rumble. We're going to look at the questions over there. The people who are followers and have subscribed get to ask their questions first. Jen, how long do we have you for today?
I do not have one after this for a while today, so yeah, we're good.
Okay, we'll go take some questions. Steve Temple says, Mike, I'm kind of feeling like a Democrat. I voted for you. A thumbs up on YouTube and Rumble. Yeah, you voted twice. I appreciate that. Thumbs up help get the new station engaged. And again, don't forget, get on over there to Real News Live with Mike and Jen and follow us there on the channel. We've got to get that back up to where we were with the account. I don't know how you can have an account on Rumble and not have a channel, but apparently we did. So there we are. All right, let's go through the new subscribers first. QPEG is now a monthly supporter. I thought QPEG was a supporter before, but a lot of people are having to move over to the new channel and subscribe on the new channel that were already subscribed on the old account channel, which isn't a channel. I don't know how Rumble does it. QPEG, thank you very much. $5 a month. Thank you very much. Omega 38 is now a monthly supporter. Little Red Castle, thank you very much. MJ Cardwell, a $20 Rumble rant. Yay! Good morning from
that's nice.
Good morning from the People's Republic of California. She said, I think that's a female. Montana Treasures is now a monthly supporter. Yay! $5. Little Red Castle, we appreciate that very, very much. And Spirit Guide, Little Red Castle, $5 a month, is now a supporter. T. Johnson, 1900, is now a monthly supporter. Thank you, T. Johnson. $5 a month. Little Red Castle next to the name. And I think that is it for the new ones. Okay, that's good. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate that. And that's one of the great things about Rumble is you can actually monetize like at a specific level. That's really good stuff. So all right. Remember, guys, also, actually, Jen, let me get over back to this side. Let me once again put on the broadcast the captions that you okay. Questions for Jen must include your real name and the name of the person you are asking about. Because, like, even though I might have read your username 50 times, I don't remember who it's connected to necessarily. So that's what Jen needs to get connected to do a good reading.
Well, right, it's basically to do it fast.
Yeah.
That's this fast in this format. You know, if I get a name, boom, energetic connection. Okay. Who are we talking about? Boom. And so I'm not sitting here searching.
Okay. Butterspawn 3, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Hi, Jen. This is Joan. And I really appreciated your reading last month. Do you see my daughter, Jess, who lost her baby? Oh, I'm very sorry. Getting pregnant again in the next 6 months. Thank you. Joan wants to know if her daughter Jess is going to get pregnant again in the next 6 months. And I'm sorry you lost your baby. That's terrible. She lost her baby. It's awful.
Yeah, I'm kind of around the time of year, like September, October. I feel like the holidays are approaching. We get news that she is.
Good. Clohair, I don't see a subscribe button. We do know you need to be on a laptop or a desktop computer to subscribe. Some weird thing. It's not in the phone app. It's a problem with the phone app, so that's kind of an issue. Cool Raul is here, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Greetings, Mike and Jen. This is Raul with a question. How long do you see me remaining a single man? I'm getting vibes from someone you predicted I could be with. Just waiting for this to happen, meaning the RV. So Raul wants to know how much longer he's going to be a single man.
Well, it depends on whether he needs committed or married. You're on the verge of being committed. Well, in a committed relationship, that is.
You're committed, dude. Holly Opplinger, good morning, Holly. Chris Loeb here, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Will we still be moving to a new home this year or next? Chris Loeb, Loeb. Loeb.
Tail end of this year.
Tail end of this year. Okay. Omega 38. We need your. Jen, I'm gonna have to start reminding people earlier in the process of the shows that they need to get their real name on, so we don't have so many of these. Let's see if we can connect with Omega 38. Hi, Jen and Mike. I got a few readings before, and I want to know if my timetable to quit my job is still August. Thank you. God bless. Omega 38. I need your real name. It'll really help. Jen, any chance you can get a hold of her? Let me see if she gives us the name further down.
Well, I just asked Gabriel, and I don't know who it is, but it just takes longer.
Oh, the name is Athanasios. Athanasios? Athanasios. Athanasios.
Yes, you're still on track.
You're still on track. Okay, let's go back. What was the question again? Yeah. Well, I'm still going to be quitting in August. Good. You're still on track. Jackie, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, when do you see me leaving my current job? Thank you so much.
3 weeks.
Good. Betty O here. This is Betty, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Does Biden have to be removed before the RV? And Jen, that's a good question because we're still, we're talking about an Iraqi rate on Wednesday, but I was kind of thinking we were going to be doing our exchanges before there was a public rate. So,
well, you have to understand that if we start seeing other countries' rates, then it's going to crash the dollar and it's going to look really bad on him. And so they may keep him in for a little while during that to show that, okay, this is why this all has to happen. This is what, he has led you to. There are 2 ways to do it. So no, I don't believe he has to be removed to do this. I think our part in this RV Tier 4B is behind the scenes as well. For our country to go to gold, it is not his decision.
Yeah.
So somewhere, and that keeps changing how they want to do it. I mean, for all we know, they could say he was assassin. I'm not, condoning this or saying do this or anything. I'm just saying hypothetically. They could say he was assassinated by somebody, by Russia or by, the Palestinians or whatever, and try to start a world war or whatever. So it's very confusing when I take a look at that because there's a lot of different scenarios that overlap that are possible at this moment in time. Whatever works out best. Mm-hmm. But I do believe he'll still be in there long enough to take the fall for all the problems in the country.
The thing I want to say to everybody too is you were called to this. I've got stories of people who had dreams in 2003. I dreamed of this Arab man and he was giving me this colorful money and I went and looked it up and it was Iraqi dinar. And so they got into it. You were called to this. You're supposed to have this to change the world. Other people who tell you, buy silver, buy cryptocurrencies. Those people are not meant to be part of this. They're not meant to have that. You are. The fact that you know about this is your calling to do whatever it is you choose to do with it, which will make the world better. So don't forget that this is a calling and you are part of it.
Well, now let's think about it. If you're a God, who would you send in at this point in time to be here now when the evil in the world had gotten to a level that tipped the scales? We have to maintain a balance. And so wouldn't you send in the best of your best? And wouldn't you, but we're all volunteers actually, but let's think about it that way. Wouldn't you approve ask God the humanitarian projects that came to your desk and said, you know
Mhm.
what, that's a really good story. Yeah, I think you should be there right now. You're you're really going to help this effort and make a difference. If you get money like this, that's written.
Mhm.
That's written in.
And the thing is too, like Brooks spent 3 hours in the truck with Brooks yesterday. Driving. We've been spending time together, and he's got multiple patents. He's got 4 patents. He has a very special electric truck design, which is way better than anything that's out there that he wants to go into manufacturing with. And they need X numbers of millions of dollars to start manufacturing and fulfilling orders. And the truth is to remember too is that, let's say I choose to invest $50 million into Brooks' company to start it up. That's also a humanitarian project. It's not just, bringing water to the bush people in Africa. That's not, there's all kinds of ways you can do humanitarian projects. Anything that creates wealth and prosperity and happiness and fulfills a purpose on planet Earth is a humanitarian project. So spend it the way you want to and enjoy your life, and you will make others happy.
Hang on a second. I got something in my eye. I don't want to do that on camera. Talk
It's an
amongst
eyelash.
yourself. I got something in the eye.
It's an eyelash. Jen's got something in her.
All right.
I can still hear you, Jen.
Well, I'll try not to make too much noise while I'm getting this thing out of my eye. Let's
Just
see if I
want
do that
you-
on camera.
Just wanted you to know. You note the kitty fur on the hecklefish near the hecklefish table there. I got one of these new kitty petting gloves that I'm going to be cleaning everything off with now because Khaleesi just.
All right, I think I got it.
All right, you got it. All right, sliding back over to the questions. Good morning, Carissa here, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Jen, will my family's vacation in August be a fun vacation? Do you see anything I should watch out for? That's Carissa.
Sunburn, and for the little ones, and somebody's got the sniffles, so prepare ahead of time for that. Other than that, yeah.
Yeah, and Omega 38 again to Red Castle subscribe. You need to use a browser and go on your Rumble account when these videos go live. No Red Castle button on the app. Thank you, Omega 38, who we established her name was, I don't know, I forget. Anyway, thank you. Okay, further down, and yes, you need to resubscribe. Thank you, Omega 38, for doing a little tech support in there. Okay, it's working. Rumble is good. Lucy, here's Lucy, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Hi, Jen. She's also a former Rumble ranter. She's got you have a little Red Castle for subscribing and a little gray whale if you've Rumble ranted. Remember, Rumble rant is like, if you want to give us $25, you can give us $25, not just $5 a month. Anyway, Lucy, hi, Jen. Do you see me buying my Aunt Mary's house that will soon be going up for sale or another home in the area? Thank you so much.
Kind of thinking about Aunt Lucy's house, or Aunt who?
It's Lucy wanting to know if she will buy Aunt Mary's house.
Mary's house.
Yeah, that will be going up for sale.
Yeah, I do think so.
The American Space Program is a complete fraud, and anybody promoting them. No, it's not. We went to the moon. I hate to tell you. Okay, Sarah here. Mercedes, $5 a month subscriber, Little Red Castle. Do you see, Sarah asks, that a chiropractor, do you see a chiropractor helping my neck pain and dizziness?
Yeah, you got a problem in 2 places, way up high next to the head and way down where the top of the back. Yeah, there's 2 places that slip out. I would work on with them on that. Make sure they do the x-ray first. Don't start messing around with you and your neck before they know what they're dealing with. Yeah. Just saying. But
this is not medical advice. Yeah. Cool. Raul says, I remember Jennifer saying in 4 weeks, and I believe it is in the time window. Yes, we are.
Yeah.
We are still.
It's all going to go down in the next 4 weeks. Remember that?
We're only in week 2, Jen. We're only in week 2. So yeah.
So if it goes down in 6 weeks, I'm still taking it. Close enough.
Exactly. Okay, Allie Barker, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. This is Karen. Will I find a new job soon? Karen wants to know. Little Red Castle. Karen.
There is some kind of like 2-week delay in the job search. And at that point in time, you reassess what you want to do now.
Cool. Strubs 1207, Little Red Castle. Don't have a name, but he just wanted to make a comment. We know Mike will be handing out $100 bills at the Single Mothers Convention. yeah, thanks, Strubs. We discussed that yesterday, too.
Oh my God, don't even get me started.
Scott, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Will I be traveling this upcoming weekend, and will it be safe?
What's the name again?
Andy. No, Scott.
I see you taking off in the car. But you turn around and come back. So I don't really know how to.
I wonder why. Andy, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. This is Strubs 1207 again. Andy says, you said a new relationship in September, November. Is it someone I know already, or is it someone new? And how will I know it's the one? Well, dude, you got to handle that part.
It's new.
It's new.
Because if you knew this girl already, it would be on.
Yeah. You will know by the fact that you like her a lot. Mad Hat 12 says, I rarely catch you guys live. I do watch the replays. Well, thank you, Mad Hat. But now you could subscribe if you wanted to. Scott B, thanks, Scott. Kim Helper, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. My sisters Connie Craven and Pam Harper and I are planning to travel to Kentucky in August to attend a family reunion. So Kim, Connie, and Pam are going to a family reunion in Kentucky. Will our trip go without interruption, and safe travels?
It'll be fine, and you'll have a lovely time. It's going to be a really good family reunion.
And by the way, and I want to remind everybody, Jen told me, I think on Wednesday, we talked about travel issues. Am I going to have, a fun trip out to Carolina? And he said, nah, there's going to be some problems, delays going to North Carolina. And yeah, we were 3 hours late getting off the ground out of Vegas because it was too hot and the plane was too heavy. Danae, Little Red Castle, says, thank you, too, for keeping us going. My daughter, Isabel, is still in limbo, re-college. Do you see her eventually getting a spot at her first choice here in California? So Danae wants to know if her daughter, Isabel, is going to get a shot with her first choice college in California.
She might have to go with the second choice.
David Murtos, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Thanks, Dave. You got two questions. I'm going to hit you with one. What do you think will happen in the Hunter Biden case? Will he be convicted? Let's get that question first.
Well, remember I told you either I'm not good at this or I'm looking at the ultimate outcome. So with the Trump case right now, I told you that eventually the whole thing would be dropped.
Right.
Okay?
Which we're
still waiting on that.
We had a major development on that, though, on Friday. So, yeah.
Okay. Now let's look at Hunter Biden. So what we may see with Hunter Biden is some kind of punishment, some kind of sentence, but he has already been dealt with and made a deal in military courts. So probably not going to see much out of this. It's just to highlight it.
Well, yeah, highlight it, and then does he drop off the stage after that, or what? Is that maybe what's going to happen?
Yeah, fade into the background.
All right.
I think he flipped and told
everybody about his dad. Well, I think he thinks that his father and Jill killed his mom. I think that this was not an accidental car. It was not a car accident. That's the rumor.
There is a reason that kid is the way he is now.
Yeah.
And it's because of them.
Yeah.
and what they're involved in, and there's resentments deeper than you could imagine.
Mhm.
Um, he did. He turned in evidence against many. So this is basically just to get it through the courts, get it done with. Okay, blah blah blah. Maybe show, look at, you know, if I'm running for president, I get popped on ridiculous charges, and
Mhm.
this kid's doing all this stuff, and because he's part of the cabal, nothing happens to him. So it may maybe just be highlighting that now, but I do believe that a long time ago this was handled in military courts, and he made some kind of deal.
Well, yeah, the thing is, we all know that that's how it works. So we don't need any more demonstrations of it working. What we need is for these people to finally start being brought to justice. Hi, Jen. Rosemary here, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Do you see Mark and I staying or living where we are or moving at some point? Rosemary and Mark, are they going to stay or are
You
they going to
will
move?
move at some point, maybe about 3 months, something like that.
Cool. Joanne here, Joanne Patton, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, and a Rumble Ranter. We're back from Tahoe, and Chloe, that's her pup, is now eating dry food and not so much wet. Is she having sinus problems or kidney issues? I think it's her pup,
Cat.
right? Chloe's her dog.
I'm working on the cat. She
Cat. Oh,
wouldn't eat dry food before,
it's
so
a kitty.
I really think this is improvement. Um, the kidney issues are still present, but not as bad as they were before. I think she's in a good, an okay place for her age right now.
Mm-hmm. I would also recommend, guys, Sky Prince came back on and did a medbed show the other day, yesterday, and I think it's still on YouTube. I would go look it up. She talks a lot about medbeds and about the animal healing chambers. So medbeds for kitties and doggies are coming too. Your friends can stay with you as long as they want. Um, okay, that was Joanne. JKH 2021, Mike, that was an amazing thing to say. Usually I don't get that. Things I say are usually like, "Oh my god, why did you say that?" So thank you. I assume she's talking about what I talked about, everybody being chosen for this. Dave, Super Dave, aka Pork Chop, a $50 Rumble rant, Jen.
Oh, that was
Yay.
nice, Dave.
Super
Thank
Dave,
you.
you absolutely rock. And just so you
Thank you.
know, all this stuff, the subscriptions and the Rumble rants, they all go to Jen, and then Jen doles out the money to me, a certain percentage of it. To me. I'm just kidding. Jen's like the wife. She handles all the money.
Yeah, I'm used to that. I'll just do it. I'll just do it.
Right to opinion. Not we don't have a real name there, but we'll give it a shot. Just ask a general question: is it okay to have an idea for a project but not necessarily run it? I've heard, yeah, that you can hire then people to run it for you, or they may have already thought of the idea and they'll just say, well, do you want to contribute X percentage of your humanitarian funds to that, and we'll take care of it. That's
Yeah, I
also
don't see why not. I mean, it's still work to oversee something like that.
okay.
You may not be doing all the different jobs yourself, but you're still the manager of the whole thing. That's still
Right,
work.
right. QPEG says, I reworked my idea for a humanitarian project. Will it be accepted, or do I have to give more details? QPEG, what was your real name? I forget. It's back up here somewhere.
It will be accepted. You will be advised when you sit down, when you get
Oh, Peggy.
approval for it, or either when you sit down and submit it, you'll be advised to alter it a little bit. And I think it's when you sit down and you submit
Yeah.
it so that it will be accepted.
And Peggy, also, Sky says that the people who have humanitarian projects will go after the people that are, in dire need, will go to the front of the line for the med beds because they need you healthy to work on a humanitarian project. So, Raven May is Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Hi, this is Mary Ann. Will I be moving before the end of the year? Will Mary Ann be moving before the end of the year?
Yes, there may be some kind of delays. It starts in the fall. The whole process starts in the fall with finding the place, getting what you want and everything. So there, but I feel like there's a little bit of delay in there depending on what you would like to complete before you move in. So let's say you bought a home and you're like, well, I want to change the kitchen and the bathroom, and I don't really want to be living there for that. So let's just wait. So yeah, approximately.
Okay, Marango says, will they show videos of all the crimes against humanity to the public to wake the normies? Is that still part of the plan?
Yes and no. In a way, and enough of it that can be accepted. What you got to understand is that you can't, especially government figures, if you're in charge of some kind of rollout of information, you have to make sure that it's done in a way that doesn't cause more problems, or you don't receive huge backlash because everybody's kids were watching that. Now they're traumatized. Okay. So it's going to be just enough so that you understand, just like they call it human trafficking, and they don't really use the words and the terms to describe it very well. And that's what allows people just to blur over it. Oh, human trafficking. Well, there's just a movement of people. No, it's not. Okay. So probably enough so that you get the seriousness of it, but not enough, not like the graphic images and things like that.
Yeah, because that would be more traumatizing. Hi, Jen. It's Elaine. You did a reading for me. Do you see me with my husband, Bob, after our blessing? It's hard as he seems to push my buttons, and it is hard.
I can't.
Well, you'll have options, Elaine. Sorry, go ahead, Jen.
I can't make that decision for you.
Yeah.
And if I were to say no, then you would leave Bob, and you got to decide to leave Bob.
Peter says, hi, Jen. Do you think it's safe to sign a 30-day contract on a home? Are we within that window of time on our funds? We can't answer that for you, Peter. You have to make your own financial decisions. And me personally, I'm making every decision as if the RV is never going to happen. That's what I'm doing. It's up to you, but those are
business as usual until it's not. And we have said that from day one.
Trish Cat says, good morning, Mike and Jen. Hi, Trish Cat. Okay. Sharon wants to know, will my ex be caught lying and keeping my daughter away from me? It's been 3 years. She is just gone. Sharon Robert. Will my ex be caught lying and keeping my daughter away from me? I assume by some authority is what she's saying.
Probably about at the 4-year mark, probably about 4.25 year mark. Something happens, yeah.
Relentless says, to the person who gave a thumbs down before Mike or Jen ever said a word, seriously, what's wrong with you? Why are you even here? Go find something else to do. Yeah, seriously, get out of here, Jennifer. Jenny Constantine. Okay, this is Elaine. You did a reading for me. A house in Canada came on the market 4 days ago that I've been wanting for 2 years. When that kind of stuff happens, I think, something's coming. Do you see me getting that house when the blessing comes? I can see myself there.
Yes.
So that reminds me, Jen, because there's this house, penthouse actually, is up the road, in very fancy building. It's about 15 years old, near Tivoli Village. And I kind of was looking around Zillow, just kind of looking at housing prices, see where my house valued compared to others. And here's the thing. It's $12 million, right? And it's this huge penthouse, and it's got all this elaborate tile work and everything. Absolutely beautiful. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's really cool. I kind of put it in the back of my mind. And it's got great views of the strip, and everything's convenient there. And then I was sitting there going through YouTube the other day, and there's a video tour of this house. I'm like, that exact place. And I'm like, gee, should we pay attention to signs like that? I mean, I felt like it's like, okay, here, take a look around, see if this is really what you want or not. I'm like, maybe this means I'm going to have the money to look into that if I want to.
Well, I believe when you're coming up on a time, when it'd be possible for you to get a new home or to make choices in which to do so, opportunities will pop up, and then
Yeah.
you decide what it is that you want. Choices are everything. I mean, life is an accumulation of one choice after another in every moment. So, to the last person, um, you do get a house because I see you accepting keys on the front porch or the front of the house. Not sure because I can't see the rest of the house. It's exactly that one. But when you asked me and I saw that, I assumed it was. For
Yeah.
you, it's probably like, well, how much of a house do you want? You could have this, or you could just go smaller, or you could have that somewhere else. I mean, that's completely open.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, the point I was trying to make is I don't think it's a coincidence that this house is coming on the market right when you're maybe going to have the money to acquire it. I mean, to me, it's just God, let's say I just wanted a Ferrari, right? It's just God saying, oh, how about this one? I drive by, I see a Ferrari on the road. Oh, no, I don't want a black one. I want a red one. Okay. Red one like this, that's what happens is the universe, God arranges for you to see what you want, what you're looking for. Okay. How do we? There's a lot of tech support going on in here. Thank you guys for helping out on that. Questions. Mark Z said we do not need the rate in the Gazette before we go. I agree with that. So we could go and not see the rate in the Gazette until Wednesday. That's true.
Oh, that's interesting.
We could go today, couldn't we, Jen?
Wouldn't that be a Jentel confirm? Because I came out here and said that when everybody else is waiting on a rate, and I'm like, well, I kind of think we don't really have to have it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Mark is saying what I said. That's not what I'm saying at all.
No.
But I think it's he comes to his own conclusions through his own contacts. But
he does.
It's awfully interesting, that twist there and the timing on that.
Karen, hi Mike and Jen. Karen here. Are my dental implants getting infected?
There is something that got up underneath the gum area there on one side. I think that's on the bottom. There's a little strip that by the molars there. Go in there and have that fixed because I think they can get up. They can get in there somehow. But there is some kind of crack or crease there that's allowing fluid and things to get up under there.
Steel Girl, hi guys, it's Laura. Sadly, my doctor recently passed away. I'm sorry. He was a holistic physician and great humanitarian. Will I be able to find another like him? That's a good question.
It's a woman, and I think you do find another one.
She also says I'm a subscriber, but it hasn't crossed over to the current channel. Well, as long as you're a subscriber on the old account, it still ends up in the same pot. So, but you should. It'd be ideal if you cancel that one and started the new one, because we're trying to get focus on the activity being on the channel, not the account. So, which is, I know, hard to understand. You don't have to. We'll just do it ourselves. SNU says, Tammy says, Jentel confirm. Hi, Jen. I asked on your show 1.5 weeks ago if my son, who had recently lost his job, would secure employment soon. You said yes by the end of June. He started his new job today.
Yay, good.
Good, Jentel confirm. Hi, Jen. Gina here. I have a hen, Lily, of course my favorite, all of a sudden not feeling well. Is it worms? Thank you. Gina wants to know if her hen, Lily, has worms.
I don't know if it's categorized at worms, but they look at a microscopic level, they look more round than worm-like, but it is some kind of parasite, yeah. Okay. And what he's showing me is when I was a kid, we had lots of chickens and we had to put something in their water because they would get sick. Yeah, you do need to do something for them.
Yeah, ivermectin. Jonda says, will my family and I be moving to Tennessee by the end of this year?
It seems like I'm into 25 for that, and maybe even halfway through. It's not because you have to. I think by choice you just kind of put that off for a little bit.
Hi Jen, this is Alice R. Do you see my escrow on my house in Lakeside closing soon without problems?
Soon is what I'm stuck on here. Um, in the estimated timeline, yes.
Ray has a very serious question. Ray wants to know if he's going to jail.
No. You're going to make a deal.
Good. I don't have a name. Could be Lane. See if we can connect. It's 1156 Lane, Lane. Jen, I love you.
Well, I know who that is.
Okay. Jen, I love you. Will I be able to do God's work soon? I feel that's where the real job begins.
Well, you already are in your own little way. But will you be able to do more? Oh, cool. Yeah. In many ways, but one of the ways that I see is you without giving away who you are, teaching young kids, not yet, well, young adults, teenagers, how to do what you do with the bikes. That's interesting.
Okay. Laura Lebo, am I going to be able to buy off my biological sibling, buy him off the farm here, or should I go ahead and sell it? So Laura Lebo wants to know, should she try to buy off her bio sibling? She doesn't specify male or female.
I can't make that decision for you. That's something you should do. But what I do see and I can give you with this situation is I feel like you leave. Like you eventually decide, it's not really worth this because I'm in a place where I don't have to do this anymore. So I'm just going to let bygones be bygones and go off on my own way.
Okay. Lady Stealth says, will I remain in New York this summer or will I be in Florida? Lady Stealth. I'm not sure who that is. Would help if we had your real name, Lady Stealth.
You go to Florida.
Erin Evans, 79. Aaron Evans. I'm sorry, Aaron. Aaron Evans. Will I ever own a home?
3.
Wow. Mad Hat, what does it mean when I see multiple different angel numbers? This happens a lot. Someone told me there is something I am not paying attention to.
Well, that's a lot of explanation that he will not let me go into. He starts to get annoying and starts showing us pictures of his cat if I talk too long or something. But it's basically, in a nutshell, when you become aware of these numbers, it's like a code. Like little kids have codes so they can cuss in front of their parents. It's kind of like a code, and your angel's been trying to get through to you all these just in like, oh my God. Yes. So you come up with, basic ideas of or you look it up, one sentence meaning for the numbers between 000 and 999. And then you and your guardian angels have a code. And when they see you really worrying or something, they'll hit you with a 222. And that means, everything's going to be okay. And so it's not. So it is basically another way to open up communication with you and your divinely appointed guardian angels and guides.
Okay, Steel Girl is saying they only read Little Red Castle subscription questions. That's not true. We read them first. We just read the Little Red Castles first because you're giving us $5 a month. So,
all right, what's your question?
I was just responding to Steel Girl there. Alice. Did Alice already ask this question? A Patriot 99. Alice, will my escrow close without problems in the next few weeks?
That's at the lakeside.
I don't know if it's the same question.
I think it is. Move on.
Okay. Yeah, go to a periodontist. Hey, if they do the laser thing on your gums, I'm just going to tell you, you're going to be sore for about 4 weeks. I had laser work done on my gums, and it sucked. G Skinner says, I'll go to the store and get some. It's pour into the chicken's water. Thank you. They're going to do that. Marcia wants to know, will she get a house soon? She's tired of renting.
I'm just trying to determine if it's this year, again, a timeline, or within a year. But yes, the answer is yes, you will get a house.
Marilyn would like to know if she and her son will move to a new address in Walton County this month or this month of June in 2024.
Not June.
Okay,
Shortly
one more
after
Rumble.
that.
Maybe after that. One more Rumble question, and we got to slide over to YouTube for a few minutes. This is Lauren. Will I purchase a retreat home in Maine or New Hampshire with my blessing, or none at all? Lauren, Maine or New Hampshire? Isn't that up to you to decide, Lauren?
Yeah.
I think it's like Jen doesn't make the
Maine
decisions
more
for you.
likely.
Yeah. All right.
I think the greatest comfort and happiness would come from Maine. So then you can decide from there.
Okay. So Chris Pagan, where is Chris? Love you guys. Question: I've recently been experiencing pain in my feet and heels. What is the cause?
Tension and inflammation. And your hips might be tilted, something going on up at the hip area is throwing your balance off. It's creating too much tension in the calves and the ankles. I see this a lot. And so I would really look at the shoes you're wearing, go and get yourself checked out at a chiropractor, because you're off and your body's overcompensating to keep you balanced.
Glenn says Saturday was the best day of his life. He walked his beautiful daughter down the aisle. Well, congratulations, Glenn. That's wonderful. That's fun. I remember you talking about her. It might have even been back in Toronto in like 95 or 96. It might not have been this daughter, but I think it was about how smart she was. And she was 14 years old and she understood how 401ks worked and how to invest money, and how if she put $10 a week in right now, she'd be rich by the time she was 40. And remember, you were very proud of her even back 25, 30 years ago, Glenn. I remember that very distinctly. So, same daughter? I don't know if it's the same daughter. Okay, let's go down and find some other questions. Victoria Scooble says, hi, Jen. 2 weeks ago, I asked if my renters will move out. I got a call from the Deb, I guess it's Deb, saying her husband Ralph died suddenly. Do you see Deb moving?
Not for a while. She's going to need a little bit of time.
Diana Spy wants to know, am I still on to meet my dream man in June in my state? I need a clue. Not much energy. I donated plasma. Okay. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but yeah, I gotta give some blood too.
Look at the very tail end of June for that meeting. So I think you'll be okay.
Tell you what, Jen is good with dates. I can tell you that. Well, maybe
personally.
Yeah, we'll see how September goes for Mike, but yeah. Jen, will the Boeing Starliner ever become a viable space transport?
No.
Will there be a Trump mistrial? Will his trial be declared a mistrial?
Something happens like that.
Yeah. Some sort of dismissal or something.
Yeah. Something happens like that.
Nico Locky. Hi, Jen. This is Nico. I haven't had a job in over a year and a half. Do you see any opportunities for work soon? Nico is an actor in Hollywood.
Fall of 24. It really starts revving up again. People start.
Tell you what, Nico, when I start making movies and stuff, I'll hire you. You'd be the bartender Gene in my comedy. Jen, do you see me buying the property that I have in mind here in Corfu? This is Doris. Do you see me buying the property?
Close, because he's saying you were actually looking at two. So the one you have in mind, I think I've got. It's a good possibility, but also your decision. You'll have the means to do so.
Lisa would like to know if you can ask Jesus if the creation story in the Bible is mostly true or if it was altered by man to a great degree.
Yeah, that's a giant question.
Yeah,
That I probably need more than a couple
that's
seconds
actually-
to answer.
That's like a philosophy show right there. That's
In a
whole
nutshell,
philosophy. Yeah.
it's true. So is the Annunciation.
But I wonder in what context it's true. I say aliens. Maria Pinto says, Jen, my daughter Nicole is planning on flying to Florida in a few weeks to meet with Matt. Is this going to be okay?
She might cancel that. If she goes, she will be kept safe. Okay. But she might cancel that. As far as these stories in the Bible, when it comes to creation or things like that, they're not talking about Earth. It didn't start here. And that's what's so annoying to me. Ever since I was a kid, I'd walk into the dining room. My parents are talking about evolution versus creation, evolution, and I said, it's both.
Yeah.
I said, you guys aren't looking back. And they're like, you're 5, go to bed. And I'm like, so then, and like, it's just instinctively, I feel like, okay, yeah, the planet was seeded. Yeah. But it didn't start here. They're talking about a story so that you can understand what happened in the beginning.
Also, we're genetic manipulation. It's just your body. It's just the body. It's the physical part. It's not your soul. Nobody can create your soul except God.
We're all human right now. Okay. Who knows what our origins are? Doesn't really matter. Soul came in, got a vehicle, just like you step into a new car.
Drive this barrel guy around for a while.
Yeah, I could go. I should have chose a better car, but good enough.
Laura, are my husband and I going to spend part of our early anniversary in Las Vegas this summer? Our anniversary actually is in September. We start early. Wow, you want to come here in the summer? Okay.
September is actually a really good time to go to Vegas because everybody goes home.
Yeah, because they don't like to be out in 117.
Well, everybody goes back to school. People stop visiting. They go home.
Actually, I spent a weekend here a couple years ago before I moved.
But it's pretty hot.
It was 117. It wasn't that bad.
It's hot. What am I asking? Okay, are they going to start early?
Jen, do you see me recovering?
Yes.
Lisa.
Do you see me recovering my 1996 dollar check from my son?
You can just read it. I don't have to read it. I don't have anything else to do on the show right now. Thank you. Also, as you said, the plane trip to Buffalo went smoothly. Spot on again. More praise for Jen.
I'm not feeling confident about getting that check back.
Okay. Okay, some smart questions in here. Alessandro, hi, Mike and Jen. This is Angela. My husband got hurt at work and he's home at the moment. Will he be going back to work soon, or will the RV take place and he won't have to go back? That's a trick question, Angela, but Jen can take a stab at it.
Okay. This is as of this moment in time, all right? Because what I just saw was fun. I see him picking up the phone and calling work and saying, I won't be returning.
That's cool. That's cool.
Pray it in, people.
David
Brady.
Wade. David Wade. Hi, Mike and Jen. Once we RV, do you see me updating my current home or building a new one? Brooks is building his new house right now. I visited it yesterday.
I feel like we're moving out and we're buying a new one, and then we do upgrades on that. So it's rather than breaking ground. So you maybe you get a property that's got an existing structure and you decide to use that as for a start. Yeah, I feel like there's both, but it's not on the home that you're in.
Thank you for telling us we're right. Laura Mills says if Mike buys that penthouse, then Miss Fluffy Muffy will become a penthouse pet. It's funny, Laura. You're funny. You're funny, 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 funny. The Zeke says I could use some dental implants. Too pricey for me. Well, maybe not in a few weeks. Maybe it'll be all over. Emily Gonzalez. Question. Hi, Jen. Do we need to get someone else's permission if you're doing a healing on them, or can you get a healing for them? Jen, you asked
No,
them.
you do not, because when I call the soul in, I ask them, do you accept God's healing? It's done on a soul level, transfers down to the body. It's accelerated healing at the rate that a body can handle. We are creating a healed effect. So I ask the soul, and if they tell me no, there's nothing I can do.
Hi, Jen. I have a humanitarian project for teen girls. I want to purchase a piece of land about 5 acres. When do you see me signing papers for this?
For the land?
Yeah.
2 years. 2.4 years.
Wow.
You have to get approved for the funds for that. And then it's going to take time. This is why I'm saying people submit for a project. That's why they pay you out face value for your Zim. Okay. That's where I'm getting this 11 million amount, or the other amounts that I got. I could be wrong, and it depends on how many you have. But you get face value, then you submit for your project, then you're sitting there waiting, and they approve them in batches because they don't have enough managers to approve everybody at once and cover it all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of what Sky says too. It's interesting stuff. Susan Jones. Will I get my Florida dream home this year?
I don't know what the time period is, but I see people all excited. You're all excited, and I see like the kids crying, maybe your daughter, that you're leaving, but you're like, oh, come visit with us, come stay with us. Well, yeah, but I don't know if it's this year.
Yeah.
I see the day when you're leaving the old house.
Linda Smith, will the Summer Olympics this July and August actually happen?
Something happens with that. It does happen. It may either be delayed or the length of it reduced. There is something that affects that. But I do think they try to go on with it.
Okay. Troy wants to know, will he meet a wife soon? Will he meet a wife soon? How do you define soon?
I'm looking. Excuse the stomach growling if you're hearing that. That's what that is.
My stomach just growled. I thought that was mine.
No, it's mine.
Sounded like John.
I forget to eat. I should be so thin because I forget to eat most of the time. I know there's something wrong with me.
I want food.
I'm looking for it, man. I'm looking for the wife. Soon, it's really not fitting into soon. Like within the next 6 months. I think we're into next year for the whole. Oh, that's why, because we're looking for a wife. When does she become a wife? You get married within the next 4 years.
Remember, Be with her at least 3 years before you marry her. Denise wants to know, she has pain in her right ankle. Can you see what it is? It's a bit swollen.
Okay, I know who that is. We've got drainage coming down from somewhere higher. And maybe it's from the knee, maybe it's from the hip, but it's pooling in the ankle, and that tightness that is causing the achiness, the pain. So you need to find out where that's coming from.
Okay. All right. Kenneth says, yeah. Nico loves a Stingray. I don't know if we can work with Stingray, but will I be safe to move 3 hours away on the 22nd? I don't know who Stingray is.
I don't see anything bad happening to you. That's the only way I can really answer that right
now. Doris, you're welcome. Victoria, I try to get to as many questions as I can. It's really just how long, Jen,
thank you.
need to stay here. All right, one more question, and we are out of here. Ernest Rutland, Jennifer, will I be in Alabama at the end of the month? I will be in Alabama at the end of the month. Will I run into the newly crowned Miss Alabama? Is that the big girl, or is that the one that's a trans? There's a tranny, and then there's a.
Afraid not.
Sorry, Ernest. Sorry, Ernest. All right, that is going to wrap it up for the show today. I would like to tell everybody thank you very, very much. You can find Jen over on, where are you, Jen? There you are. You can find her on jenniferflaw.com on the web, on YouTube, Jennifer Flaw Doreen, Philosophy on Telegram, Jennifer Flaw Doreen on Telegram, and also the Philosophy Chat on Telegram, which is a much brighter, happier place to be. You can find me over on mikebarrett.blogspot.com, also on Real News Live with Mike and Jen on Rumble. On Telegram, it's just Mike Barrett 33 or just Mike Barrett Chat. On Instagram, I'm Mike Barrett 333. I'm at capital M Mike Barrett, capital B 333 on Twitter X. Don't go to my Twitter though, unless you can take it, because I don't hold back on Twitter. It's a very intense experience. And once again, guys, do not forget to slide on over to the new channel and become a follower over there. It's called Real News Live with Mike and Jen. Become a follower. Subscribe if you can, usually only during the videos. This is the new channel. If you followed us before on Rumble, you were actually following my account, which turns out not to be a channel, which Rumble treats differently. So we're trying to get everybody, all 4,000 or so of you, and maybe many more, to slide over to Real News Live with Mike and Jen on Rumble. That's where we're going to focus things in the future. And if we can continue after the RV happens, if we can continue, we will continue. If we can't, we can't. Jen, are we going to have a code? Let's pretend that today turns out to just be the best day ever, right? As you dreamed yesterday. Let's say it turns out to be. Well, let's say we can't talk about it. Should we have a code word that we should put out on all of our socials for everybody to know that we can't talk right now, but go look at your emails? Should we come up with a code word?
Well, I don't know if they could they could come back and say, well, you did a show and said that you're going to tell everybody. I don't think that the notification process, if you don't hear from us, that just means we cannot talk to you. And what I will post, if I get into if I'm under an NDA and I can't, especially for me, because I could slip up some way in a reading or on a show, I'll probably just post on Telegram. I've going to be busy for the next 3 months.
Yeah.
I'll meet you back here then.
Yeah.
Back here in 90 days.
If you find out you're not seeing me for 3 or 4 months on anything, then there's a reason for that. So
And I'm sure everybody else might be in the same situation. That'll be boring, but I'm sure we'll have plenty to keep, keep us entertained during that time.
Love you guys. Thanks for being here. Get over to Rumble, to Real News Live with Mike and Jen. Follow, subscribe if you can. We love you. Thank you for being here. Jen and I will be back on Wednesday for Tell the Truth Wednesday, which may be a very interesting day. And I will be on Toxically Masculine Tuesdays with me and Dr. Brooks Agnew and Blake Wally, who I spent some time with this weekend. I love those guys. They're both great. I'll be doing that show. Then I'll be on Wednesday and probably doing Whiskey and Wisdom on Wednesday as well. And don't forget the new segment on Whiskey and Wisdom on Wednesday nights, Bad Dating Advice with Mike Barra. Definitely be back.
And I will see you all tomorrow morning for philosophy.
I'm sorry. You're doing a
Thoughts
philosophy.
Over coffee.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
I will see you tomorrow for philosophy. Thoughts over coffee. Maybe some Jentel. I don't know. We'll see what I get. I'm scheduling it for 9 a.m. It's approximate tomorrow on Jennifer Fulladoring on YouTube. I'll post the links before the show.
There you go. All right, guys. Love you. Have a great Monday. Let's all keep in touch on Telegram and everywhere else. And we will see you. Jen will see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll both see you on Wednesday.